Hey Chuck, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Cheers, man.
Pop that pinky and take a drink here.
Yeah, like that.
I'm gonna have to have you pinch me, chef. This don't feel real right now. Does not feel real.
So I've been watching these rib things you've been doing.
Let's make a classic rack of baby backs.
Yes, chef.
Pretty awesome.
It's a good time. It's always a good time in the
Everybody
kitchen.
thinks it's just slow and low, and you showing them the way.
No, variation's the name of the game. You gotta stay fresh and funky, you get left behind. So that's the goal. So trying to push the envelope.
So you're really a barbecue guy.
I would like to think so, but I do like to dabble in other areas. I'm adopted Italian, so I do a lot of Italian food as well.
So if you were gonna cook like 3 dishes for me,
I'd have to give you a ride on the flavor train, as I would say. So I think
Okay.
I'd start off, I do have a dish I do called the Everlasting Broth Stopper. It's a chicken broth shooter I cook it for like 48 hours, reduce it down, call it chicken, basically a chicken dinner in a glass. After that, I'd have to give you some barbecue. I would go with a brisket, it's big, fatty, beefy, kind of like myself. And then
like that.
And then exactly, I'd finish off with something Italian, and I think that'll tie into what we're gonna do here today.
Okay, all right. So that's sort of one hint right
You're
here.
a pro, I can't give you too much info. I gotta keep this a little difficult for you.
So married?
I am married. My beautiful wife, Erica, my lovely daughter, Amaya.
Is she into food, your little girl?
My daughter is a food snob
She's
in
a
the
foodie.
best way, absolutely.
I love it. Does she help you out?
She helps me out. I actually say one of her sayings in my videos. One of the things I say is,
Tender like a tenderoni.
people think, oh, Chuck, you're so clever. I'm like, my daughter thought of that.
How about your wife? Is she a good cook?
She is a good cook. She doubts herself, and I think that's one of the things that I try to tell people whenever you're cooking. You've got to trust yourself, taste, and trust the process, you know?
Most women that are married to a cooker guys, that's the same thing. They're good cooks, but it's like, why? Let him do it.
Exactly. You know where it really started, though, right? I wasn't always this big, chef. I was once a little young buck sitting on the couch. There was a beautiful Portuguese man on the TV sitting over there talking about bam and garlic and kicking it up a notch, and that's where I really got it from. So I hope you know the inspiration that you've had on me personally, not just in the realm of cooking, but in the personality side of things.
Yeah, so that's how the whole thing came about. If you can believe this, we were shooting 8 shows a day, so we'd shoot at least 3 or 4 before we'd break for lunch. We'd do a show, the food would go on the table, and we'd do the next show and all the food would go on the table.
A lot of food.
And then the crew, we'd break for lunch, they're going for the food. And they would whack the food out, man. There would be nothing left. However, what was left was lack of brain power, right?
Of course, you get the itis after you eat like that.
That's exactly right. And so what happened, almost sleeping. So bam, that's how it came about, was to kind of wake everybody up.
It definitely worked, and I feel like you've also conditioned us, because I don't know if it picked up on camera, but as soon as you said it, I legitimately smiled ear to ear. It's like to hear you say that in person right now, I literally, the hair, oh my gosh, insane. So thank you for the inspiration.
I don't even have to worry about like saying to you, season your food. I know.
No, never.
I know it's going to be seasoned.
Absolutely, properly seasoned, so it's all good eating.
That's right.
Perfectly coated, so the flavor's potent.
Official. Like a rep with a whistle.
And we'll save the rest for later.
I love it. I love it. All right. So now, let's get cooking.
I'm ready when you are.
What are we cooking?
So are you following me on all platforms? Because the answer should be yes, chef.